Yeah, from Sweden, yeah. Thank you, and I will present my data very briefly. This is a collaborative research with US Air Force Research Laboratory, European Office of Aerospace Research and Development, National Center for Toxicological Research, Karolinska Institute, AstraZeneca, Swedish Strategic Research, and universities in Romania and Baltimore. It's a huge collaboration. The idea is that we are interested in military technology, and our soldiers are suffering for different kinds of stresses. And I have to say that, of course, I have to put this, that all the views that I'm telling here is solely mine, and it has nothing to do with the US government or any government organization I'm working with. So the problem is that sleep deprivation is a very big problem in military, and they can get injured. And I'm very happy to see that many people have mentioned antioxidant in Parkinson's disease. And not only this is the question of substantia nigra or striatum, this is also the question of other areas in the brain. So I'm very happy to hear this. And the point is that our soldiers are often get traumatic brain injury. The point is that it can also trigger Parkinson's-like symptoms, and there are many few speakers presented like this. So this is the normal situation where our soldiers have to spend their night during combat operations, very little time to sleep, and they have to do combat operations that is very complicated. As you can see, this is data from military. When the soldiers were given 6 hours of sleep, their cognitive performance were poor in 2000 and 2001. But when they were allowed to 8 hours sleep, they are much better in their cognitive performance. And this is an example also filed from military that 72 hours of sleep deprivation really decreases the performance of the military personnel. So this is very important. Again, you can see here that intermittent sleep may have some improvement, whereas normal sleep is the best. So the point is that sleep deprivation works as a stressor, and you can see that there are many factors can be influenced when there is sleep deprivation. There are also other kind of stressors that military people have to follow. They are traveling in different time zones, and they could have different health effects, and all leading to physical and cognitive influence. So the question is that, we know that in Parkinson's disease, sleep is altered, but whether sleep deprivation can influence the Parkinson's disease pathology in any way. And this is an example that sleep deprivation on motor performance in patients with Parkinson's disease was reported in 2001. I'm sure there are many other papers like this. And recently, on May 2013, in Wisconsin University, they have shown that antioxidants may have good possibility in Parkinson's disease. We are using H-290-51. This is an AstraZeneca compound, and we are aware with this compound in various forms of traumatic brain injuries and stress. So it means that it is working in our hand and a good neuroprotective agent. So what we wanted to do, that we use this model, animal model in mice, and we use, I'm showing only MPTP effect. Of course, this is a rat, but this is the classical model of sleep deprivation. We are using mouse, and in inverted water, this flower pot, water is filled here. If the rat gets sleeps, his sleep is disturbed. So we use 24 and 48 hours of sleep deprivation. Use also methamphetamine, because we are working with National Center of Toxicological Research, but I'm showing NPTP results. And in separate groups, we have given H-290-51, 50 or 100 milligram per kilogram. We are also using nano delivery, but due to lack of time, I'm not showing those data. And we are using this model. This is not mine. This is the standard protocols where the TH positive cells were decreased completely, and their numbers are decreased after MPTP. We are following this model. And here you can see that in our model also, the TH cells were significantly decreased. And when we have given sleep deprivation, this decrease was even much more exacerbated. We have given H-290-51 plus MPTP. We were able to improve this, and also in higher doses, when it is a combination of sleep deprivation, we can still have some beneficial effect. We tested another model and using dopamine, and the results are very similar, that sleep deprivation has further decreased, although the significance may not be there, and MPTP and H-290 51 improve this performance even with higher dose in sleep deprivation. And these are the results of neuronal changes. We can see clearly the activation of glial-fibrillary acidic proteins, and the most important point is that there is significant leakage of albumin, and that was also reduced by H-290 51. So the point is that in those circumstances, opening of the blood-brain barrier to proteins could play an important role. So on the basis of these observations, we can only say that sleep deprivation could aggravate PD pathology, and antioxidant could have some effect at this moment, and it requires to be investigated further. These are our different sponsors. I'm not going in detail, and thank you very much for your kind attention.
Yes, a question.
What model of the situation did you use? JUS?
It's inverted flower pot model. This is well-established model. You can search in the PubMed. You can find at least 50 papers on it.
Yeah, but it's mainly suppressed REM sleep, and usually slow wave sleep or non-REM sleep persistent with.
It depends on duration, and there are reports published in Journal of Neuroscience that it can also suppress, of course, non-REM sleep, but it depends on time. It can also affect the sleep. But we have not recorded EEG in our rat model, and we have just followed the 48 hours and 24 hours, and we believe that the sleep deprivation is there, and we have not analyzed it is non-REM or REM sleep.
It's REM sleep, but mainly REM sleep.
Yeah, okay.
Do you have data on norepinephrine markers with sleep fragmentation and sleep deprivation?
This is a very good question. We don't have it.
No. Is there any question? No? So you have time to have a coffee, but hurry up. The next session will start very soon.